Today we're going to be talking about duendes. A duende is a humanoid figure of folklore with variations from Iberian, Ibero-American, and Filipino cultures, comparable to dwarves, gnomes, or leprechauns. In Spanish, duende originated as a contract of the phrase dueño de casa or duende casa, effectively master of the house. In the Hispanic folklore of Mexico and the American Southwest, duendes are known as gnome-like creatures who live inside the walls of homes, especially in the bedroom walls of young children. They attempt to clip toenails of unkept children, often leading to the mistaken removal of the entire toe. Craziest thing, I've actually have two stories from my family and both of them have to do with toes. But those stories might have to come in another video because I don't know if we'll have the time to do it here. Let me know if you want to hear them though. I'm gonna show you some videos of people capturing duendes on camera. The first video I'm showing you is the very first video I ever saw on YouTube with somebody posting about a duende. Long ass time ago. Basically, it's just kids playing around and then they see something. Pay attention back here. I don't know why I got chills. Okay, this next video I think is in Spanish, but basically this guy is taking a video of his dogs and then the phone starts ringing, so he points the camera towards the lady telling her to answer the phone. Just watch.
Aquí tenemos a la chocolata. Y aquí, ahí está el teléfono.
Okay, this next video is of a family who claims that there's duendes all over their house, but have never captured them until now. This one really creeps me out so bad. Okay, so this next video is the only video that I'm like really sus about. Apparently this guy caught a duende, and let me just show you. Like, what is going on, right? But look how small it is, like, and how it walks. Is it a girl? Is it a duende? I don't know, but it's definitely creepy. Okay, so this next... Where did you go? Okay, so in this next video, these guys are just playing hacky sack and watch what happens.
Dale, a ver. Nah, pero están muertos. Debe no se va a hacer nada.
Like, he wanted to run, but his legs said no. I feel like if this happens to me, it would be the same thing. Like, my legs would betray me. Okay, so in this next video, it's people exploring like an abandoned place, but watch right about here. This is why you guys will never see me exploring abandoned places. Okay, so in this next video, this lady knows that there's duendes in her house and she starts antagonizing them. Duende. She saw that sandal move and instantly regretted that. Okay, so those are just some of the videos that I wanted to show you guys because I also went on Reddit and found some really weird stories. A user on Reddit asked people if they've ever had any encounters with duendes. Two stories from two different people on two different coasts, but both Mexican. My neighbor back in Angelino Heights, Los Angeles told me he and all the kids out playing saw a little creature fall from the sky. Just fall into view, like not necessarily the sky. After a moment, he said it like spun around like the Tasmanian devil and disappeared. In New York, I was a bouncer. This hostess first asked if I believed in the supernatural, which I do. She told me she lived in a small town in Mexico. Anyway, her little brother met some little elf-type creature that he would play with. The creature invited him to come to his land and he agreed. He fell into some sort of coma. Long story short, they got him to come back before he died. No one could find anything wrong with him. The hostess told me these creatures steal your soul by taking you to their world. She stopped short of saying they were malicious. But due to the consequences, it is dangerous to interact with them. Hearing similar experiences from different sources sealed it for me, and also classifies the entity as tied to Mexico or Central and South America. No one else has described anything like this. Not me, but my dad. When he was a child, he said it was after a funeral service and all the kids ran back home, and my dad stayed behind, so he decided to run after them. As he was running, he passed by a house that was dark. He heard the little pss pss whispers, and where he looked there was a group of duendes, but the girl one came to him and calling him to get closer to her. As he was getting closer to her and ready to touch her, out of nowhere a man yelled at him and asked him what he was doing. With that distraction, he looked back where the duendes were and they were gone. He said after that he got really scared and stopped eating, couldn't sleep, didn't talk, and he was just terrified of everything. My grandma saw this and she didn't like how he was behaving or how he was looking. My dad is dark-skinned man, but apparently my grandma saw him pale, so she took him to a healer and started cleansing him with an egg. And he still remembers that every egg she would use, it would crack on him. The healer told my grandma if she would have taken another day or so, the duendes would have taken my dad's mind or soul. I don't really know the details. He's way better now, but after everything, he respects them and doesn't trash talk about them. I used to live in an apartment complex with my 3 sisters, mom, and stepdad. We knew our apartment was weird as we experienced doors closing, things falling over, noises, and even glimpses of black dogs and such. One day, we heard noises from the attic. The only accessible way to the attic was through an opening in the hallway right outside my parents' bedroom. And to get to it, you either need a ladder or climbing the closet. My stepdad was investigating and climbed up to open the door to the attic, and he stopped. He looked down at me and asked to look inside the bedroom and tell him what I see. Now, from this angle, you can look directly into my parents' bedroom and right at the TV that sat on the dresser at the far corner. With the TV off, I could see the reflection of my parents' bed and realized there was something off. A small person standing on their bed, no movement, just standing and staring. When I peered my head into the room to look at the bed, there was nothing, even the reflection was gone. Later that day, we heard more sounds, but it was later in the afternoon. With my stepdad opening the attic door, we climbed up and we noticed the attic door had small shoe prints on it. We couldn't explain what the fuck. We took photos, but they're all on my parents. I've only experienced a duende one time in my life. I posted the story on my YouTube channel like a year ago, but that part where she's like glimpses of black dogs and such, that's exactly what I fucking saw. You guys need to go and listen to the story. I get chills every time I remember that shit. Anyway, this is the end of the video. What are your thoughts? What do you guys think? Have you experienced any duendes? If you have, leave them in the comments. I want to hear.